Hey, you guys, get in here. Miss Terry, and let's get to the story. We're not beating around the bush. Now, I don't know if YouTube has anything with the algorithms that I don't know if you're not supposed to talk about. We're going to say it one time, COVID. But this is my COVID journey. This is not a medical. I'm not talking about the medical side of it. I'm literally talking about the journey that it is and what Spirit wanted me to share. Okay? So I might refer to it as CVID just in case, because I don't want to, like I said, have the algorithm kick me out or anything like that. So let's get into it. I'm going to be like Sophia from the Golden Girls. Picture it. Sicily, 1821. No, just kidding. Picture it. August 18th, 2023. Me, Miss Terry, last pandemic, last lockdown, I had none of this, right? I didn't have none of the whole experience or anything like that. It was like actually a good time for me because I realized I have been working since I was like 16, like every single year. So that was the first time that I had time off. And because I'm a massage therapist by trade, I couldn't touch people anyway. So it gave me an opportunity to lay low. I got actually into TV, which I never was into TV before. So I got caught up on a lot of pop culture. People were coming out of the woodworks to get readings from me. And that's how I actually started doing phone readings because my clients were still wanting advice to talk to me. So even though we couldn't be in the massage setting or in my office, we still found a way to do readings, and I help coach people with different things by nature. Okay. So now, fast forward to setting up my own office again. Getting everything going to be massage, healing, especially fertility massage, Reiki, stuff like that. So I take a trip, business. I worked, did a pop-up shop. And then I had a little short trip to Chicago. So Chicago was fabulous, by the way. However, that was when I realized, what do people say? You effed up. I realized the moment I effed up was when I was in Chi-Town. Dun, dun, dun. Now, I was in the touristy part, so it was beautiful. But where it went wrong was the damn airport. Now, I normally listen, like Spirit always is giving us messages, right? So it'll be like, listen to the message. And it comes in messages. People can tell you something. Are you going to take heed to it? You could see something on a billboard. Are you going to take heed to it? You could read it. When you get that little feeling of resonance, that's the message coming through. So one of my clients said, I talked to her like the week before. And she's like, this is still residual. Let me tell you, again, we're getting there with all of this, right? So she's like, you better wear a mask. You better wear a mask, right? And I was like, ain't nobody masking up no more. What you talking about, right? Ain't thinking about nothing. So been out and on the air, been on a speedboat, architectural tours, all out in the atmosphere. So O'Hare Airport, though, when they do their security check, they have everybody lined up like cans of sardines. Charlotte ain't like that. Charlotte got some space. And if it get too crowded, Charlotte going to send you down to the other one. They like, no, go down to the other one. So it seemed like Charlotte Airport keep it all spread out. O'Hare was like packed like sardines. When people double the line and swing. So it's like, so that's the moment that I knew, ooh, I don't like this. I ain't been in this close contact with this amount of people in a long time. I was like, uh-oh. Get through security. Seemingly like a lot of kids running around. Kids coughing and sneezing on the plane. And I'm like, oh my God, school's not back in. Then I realized I'm holding handrails. We catching a train. So I'm like, oh my God, I'm touching a lot of things. So, I'm trying to sanitize. I got sanitize with me, but I'm like, ooh, right? By the time I got back on Friday, it was starting to set in. It started with like nose running nonstop. It was like, uh-oh, okay. Then it was like, feel a little itchy throat, sneezing. So I'm thinking, dang, summer colds is the worst. I'm about to have a summer cold. Only what happens? The summer cold keep feeling like it's getting hotter and hotter. It's feeling like they turn the temperature up on my summer cold. Like, yo, I got a fever? Dang. Then it's like body aches. You can't get out of bed. Oh my God. No. So what do I think? I think I'm going to go to my go-to, right? I don't typically get sick a lot. But when I do get sick, I can take this particular elderberry syrup and it knocks it right out. So by Saturday, I'm like, oh, I need my elderberry. So I ordered it. It came. I'm chugging the elderberry. It's not working. I'm chugging the elderberry more. It's not working. Now, mind you, this elderberry is so good that it usually, when you first chug it, it works. No problem. It's not working. I'm like, oh my God, what's going on? Here comes Sunday and Monday. I'm still down. What? I ain't never had a cold more than 3 days. Tuesday, I'm still down. What? How I'm still down? And the cough is so bad. Finally, I'm like, the middle of the night is always seemingly worse. So finally, here comes the middle of the night of like Wednesday. I'm like, I can't. I got to go to the hospital. Why? Because I feel heavy. I get up to go to the bathroom. I look at my face in the mirror, and I swear to God, it seemed like my eyes were orange. Not all the way orange, but like yellowy. And I was like, do I got jaundice? What in the hell? Like, I'm looking at my eyes like, why are my eyes looking yellowy? Both of them. So I'm like, I gotta go. So, go to the hospital. They were really nice there. It wasn't that long that I had to wait. You know, it's the middle of the week in August. So they test me. I got COVID. And then I got the variant that starts with A. It sounds like a planet from outer space. So let me just look it up. Arcturus. Like, can you tell me why this sound like a planet from Star Wars? Arcturus. Arcturus. Who named that? The weird part about this, right? What do it cause? Pink eye. Okay, so it's not enough to have the vid. Now you gotta have a side of pink eye with it. But I was like, my eyes looked yellow to me. They didn't look pink. So what do? Here's this little sidebar part. Yo, I swear that she didn't give me the COVID medicine. She like the doctor's looking at my chart. She literally says to me, I don't have enough underlying health issues. So she's like, I don't think I'm going to give you Paxlovid. And you already been in it for like a couple of days. So she gives me this other cough medicine, right? And I'm thinking she's giving me real cough medicine. It's these little beads. So I'm like, okay, this is going to be dope because it's a little bead and it looks like it has gel or oil in it. So I'm thinking, oh, maybe this is some form of oregano oil, because you know oregano oil is like a natural antibiotic. So I thought, oh, maybe this is some form of oil that they're using now. So she sends me with that, and she sends me home with the eye drops. So I'm taking the medicine, and I'm feeling like, oh, this is going to be it. This is going to be the winner. And I feel relaxed the first dose that I take, but then it don't seem like it's doing nothing for my cough. And I'm literally like, how could I have gone to the hospital and got cough medicine and it's not helping my cough? Meanwhile, eyes done turn full bloodshot eye. Like the red, the one that looks like you got in a boxing match and it's all bloody like crazy, right? The shit is like bloody over here. This one never got to the bloody. This one just stayed like a little hazy. Freaking bloody. I was like, ah, you know, you look at yourself like, oh, I got a bloody eye, right? It's looking crazy out here. So I'm like, what is happening, right? Okay, so I realized after 2 days of taking the little beady beads, that wasn't doing nothing. And I was like, I need regular cough medicine so that I could sleep. Because I felt like if I could get some good sleep, I could knock it out. Because basically you're in a fight for your life. And when you start telling people, they literally like, oh, do what you can. Oh, stay hydrated. Oh, get some honey. Oh, do some lemon. Oh, do some tea. Like everybody's basically telling you how to go for yourself or how to work it out. Because if they don't give you the medicine that they have to knock it out or whatever, which who knows what that is even, because they didn't even offer it to me. So, you know, who knows about all that? It's like, you really got to figure it out. Figure it out for what works for you. Everybody's like, oh, just keep your immune system up. Oh, it's a fight. It's a fight. So here comes this one point in the middle of it. I'm in the middle of the night and I'm literally like, listen, because I'm cool with my spirit guides. I'm cool. So I'm literally like, I know people use COVID as an exit, meaning a way to exit the planet. Whatever disease you have that you could die from or whatever people die from, I refer to it as an exit. So I know that people have used COVID as an exit on up out of here. So I'm like, listen, guys, angels, guides, spirit, God, if y'all ain't about to let me take this exit, what in the world am I doing with COVID? Ooh, I said it again. Well, hopefully they won't flag me. Like I said, I don't know why some stuff be like, don't say the word. But again, let me go back. This is just my journey. This is not no medical anything for anybody else. This is just, I'm just telling my story. So I'm like, why am I in this? So I'm getting mad because when you convicted in God and you know who God is, then you know what you can stand on. I have a tendency to be a brat. And so I'm going to get mad. What am I in this for? What am I in this for? This is beneath me. I got that good blood. You know what I mean? I made it through the whole pandemic. Like, this is over. Ugh. Right? So I'm really like tripping. Like, what in the world? How did this happen to me? Like, just like how people be like, this can't happen to me. I was in my, this can't happen to me while I'm coughing up lungs. Because the cough is, yo, something about that cough, yo. And something about the nighttime. It'd be like, yo, you could manage all day, right? And you'd be like, ooh, I'm getting over it. And then the nighttime come and it's like, back on you. And you like, how many nights is this going to go on, right? Longest I ever been sick in my life. It started on August 18th. We see that today is September 2nd. I still have the residuals. I still have things going on, creeping up. I still have mucus in my chest, so I'm still fighting this to clear up, right? But you know, it comes a time where you got to get up and you got to start moving around and you got to get back to life and stuff like that. Okay, so here's where the spiritual part comes in. Let me take a pause. So I'm asking and asking. I'm feeling kind of irritated because I'm not really getting the answer. Then finally it comes. The answer finally comes. It comes to me in a dream. So I'm dreaming. And in the dream, they like showing me at the bottom of the ocean. That's normal for me to have dreams about water because I am a Pisces sun. So, you know, Pisces, the symbol is the two fishes, right? We be all in the water, all in the depths of the emotions, right? So, you see that? You see how that's still in there? Oh, it's a mess. So, basically, let's go back a little bit. When I decided to be a coach full-time and do intuitive readings full-time and healing and stuff like that full-time, I knew my purpose was to help people and to help people when they're in a bad way. Like, I'm going to help you. Like, some people, when you're in transition, I'm going to help you. Like, I'm not going to make you a crutch on me. I'm going to give you homework. Yes, I'm going to have my foot where the sun don't shine, but I'm going to help you get through the transition. Transitional coaching. That's what I signed up for. Part of it is I feel like sometimes I'm the one that's going to keep somebody from jumping over the ledge. Sometimes you can't talk to your friends and family about what's going on. Sometimes they just don't get it. So what? People book a reading with me and we get them through it, right? I know my purpose. I know why I'm here. I know what I'm here to do. That's why I get paid. So all good with that. So when they show me in this dream, back to the dream, and they show me in the bottom of the ocean, and it's like going in the deep, in the dark, in the ooky, damn near where you can cross into another world through the bottom of the ocean. I'm like, what am I doing here? And they're literally like, that's the point. And they showed, for the first time, they showed me the deep sea fish, but then they showed me something that looked like a sunfish. And I know that sounds weird. So it's literally like they showed the deep sea fish jumping out of the water and jumping up to where it was like able to go close to the sun. So they're showing me the Pisces symbol, like the deep and the sun, the deep and the sun. So I'm like, okay, the highs and the lows. You could be in the highs and the lows of it. So they're literally like, well, you know, this next wave is going to be challenging for people. So we had to show you exactly what they were going to be going through. We're talking from a spiritual side. It's like a reckoning. Now, part of that, when I came up from COVID and I kept asking what was going on, I started seeing patterns from the past and patterns from my family where I still needed to work on cleaning up some generational stuff. Cleaning up some just stuff, patterns of my family, stuff that I was born into. I have a belief that, yes, you can petition to have your karma cleared. You can atone for things. You can recognize patterns that you were born into and you can make changes. Like, you don't have to live the same life as your ancestors did and the people who came before you. You can actually clean it up to make it better for your future generations. So a lot of times I'm working on that stuff. So in this, it showed me some new patterns and it showed me even a deeper way to pray for the atonement to help clear up the karma. Okay, so I learned that. I learned in the middle of the dream. They're like, yeah, you here to help people with the lowest lows and the highest highs. So we had to show you. And then they also said, you know, you got to implement this for yourself too. You can't just be working on helping people. You got to really, you're a human being as well. So you really got to start putting some stuff in place for yourself. Now, the way they showed me that is that, because I just been working. Sometimes if you just have work on your agenda, that's not good. You got to build in stuff for yourself. You got to build in vacations. You got to build in trips and stuff like that. And that's actually what going to Chicago was. I hadn't been on just a frivolous trip for no reason for a long time. So that's why, you know, I had a great time there and it showed me that, okay, I got to have more balance with that. I can't just be working all the time. So I say that to say, whoever's scrolling around in the depths of the midnight trying to beat this, try to ask what this is about and try to be patient with getting the answer, because I do feel like spirit will show you what your own particular battle is, or show you what your hindrance is, or show you where you want to go with it or what you want to do with it. It really is a reset. So think of it as, you know, we're closing out a 10-year cycle. We're about to start a whole new 10-year cycle, or let's say a 9-year cycle. We're closing out cycles and you're about to start a new cycle. So with this new wave that's coming in, I feel like it's a new cycle that's coming in to get people from one level to the next level. Because the way we were doing things before, we can't keep doing things that way. Changes are I know having to be ain't all one word, but changes are really having to be made. You're being pushed into changes. Now, whether you're looking at the astrology and the moons and the planets and all that, or whether you're trying to just keep it professional, whatever level it is that you try to keep your eyes focused on, you'll see it through that. If you just trying to be a worker and you get COVID and then your job trips, even though you got COVID, and then you got to figure out all this stuff on the back end because you like, I just was trying to be a worker and I got COVID. It's like, it's some lessons in there. It's some changes in there. It's really not in vain. It's uncomfortable. It is annoying. Let me tell you, honey, it's annoying. But coming out on the other side, things are going to be different. And I'm just putting in my 2 cents to try to help prepare you. Of course, take what you need and leave the rest. If you feel like you need guidance, you can always book a reading. If you want to book a coaching session, you can do that too. If you need help, but just know this new variant, how it's coming in fast and hot, it's for a reason. It ain't for no reason. So pay attention to what it's telling you, and also stock up on stuff. I'm gonna do another video on some of the products that helped me get through it. But geez, oh man, it was a trip. Like, I'm still like in the residual, but it was a trip to get me to where they needed me to get to, and using this as a tool, man, weird, but necessary. Now that I'm on the other side of it, but I sure was kicking and screaming through it. Like, what am I doing with this? This is not for me. And this, excuse me, this residual cough, child, who needs this in their life? But it's part of the process. It also, I think this residual part forces me to not try to just hop right back in, to slowly enter back in. Because for a good part of it, I didn't even have my voice. Like, my voice was gone. So think about it. My voice is my business. You can't work. You can't do anything. You just got to sit down. You got to sit down. So it's like I was forced to sit down and deal with what I needed to, like, get the lesson that I needed to get so that I could be on my next level of training. So you guys, hang in there, especially if you just come across this randomly in the middle of the night. Get yourself a pen and a piece of paper, a notebook or something, put it in your bed, because when you sitting up coughing and hacking and you asking why, ask for it to be revealed. Anything that you need to know, anything that you need to change, ask Spirit to reveal it to you. And I don't care if you have feel like you have an affiliation, or you feel like, oh, I can't hear my guides. Oh, I don't know. Like, just try to tap in. Just try. Just try. Just try. Ask for some help. Ask for some healing. Just try. If you don't feel like you're connected to source or anything, boy, when you praying for your life, I don't know how people don't have a connection to God. Because when you begging for your life, who you begging to? God, please. Like, I don't know who you would be begging to if you wasn't begging to God. But anyway. Okay, you guys, that's it for now. I am going to update with a couple of other different videos. I'm going to do a video on what medicines help me or whatever, if that's allowed. And just stay tuned, because after this, of course, coaching, training, I'm going to be back on the scene for real, because they've already directed me from so much hands-on to more talking. So, Ms.Terry, bang, bang. I don't know if I'm going to have to change my name or not either. That's another weird thing, because it's a frequency. It's a vibration. I don't know if I'm going to be able to keep that. Might just have to drop the baby and be Ms.Terry. Might be time for me to be Ms.Terry. No more baby. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, you guys. Hold tight. See you soon.